Nope. We will come once my parents leave. Oh, okay. So plan for them not to be here.
Hello and welcome, everyone.
Are we live?
Yep.
As soon as you began reading that,
Of course.
Timing.
Okay.
So yes, we are going to be missing the blinds for a while.
yeah, they have
Oh, now
company.
the world knows how I feel.
Uh,
Oh well. They
that
have
was
a
funny.
life unlike the rest of us.
I mean, I have a pretty fucking busy life.
Me too. But still.
I don't want to hear it.
What's a life?
That's actually a little fucky, but okay.
Fucky Wucky was a bear. Fucky Wucky had no dare. What?
Had no what?
So,
Moving on.
yeah. So, we're gonna kind of try to begin. Then hopefully they're able to join us tonight.
Thankfully, both of them are easy to Jaeger.
Yeah.
We
One
don't like
yeets,
doing
the
it.
other one doesn't.
Yeah. So, who in the chat is interested in doing the recap this week? And everybody jump at once.
I usually do it, and since most of the stuff had to do with D-Knock, I think he should do it.
Dude, I don't remember anything.
I wouldn't remember anything either without my notes in front of me, because I was like, what did we do last time? And I was been trying to think of that all day, and then I sat down and I still haven't read my notes.
Like, no, seriously, if our conversation earlier... So, we were having a conversation earlier where I asked if I summoned Tim, because I didn't remember. If I don't remember if I summoned Tim or not, you think I'm going to remember anything else?
Maybe it'll help
I
you remember
swear.
if you did summon Tim.
I swear we had a really in-depth conversation about that. Something about bringing him back, but not as powerful as before, so you don't give him, you don't have a hard time controlling him or something like that. And then my notes say nothing of the matter.
I mean, that sounds vaguely familiar, but at the same time, you could tell me that I gave you guys, you gave all of you guys, 3 level ups, and it'd sound vaguely familiar.
I mean,
About that.
You did that
It's
for
been a little while.
For
You did do
one of
that.
your previous games.
I mean, that just means
It has been a while since we got a level, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, you guys haven't really completed a whole lot in a while either, but
We've been all over the place.
But I mean,
Well, here's the question. Would resurrecting Borgok have counted as a level up?
no, because technically that was a side quest.
Fuck you,
Not
that
for
was,
D-Knock.
that was Enoch's
That was his whole
purpose.
reason for adventuring.
Yeah, and what did she say immediately after waking up? Go save the world, honey. And I say I know it was a main story for you, but it was a side thing as an overarching, for the overarch of the campaign. Main for the character, overarch for the campaign, and it's not fair for me to reward you with a level up and not give it to everybody else because that makes gameplay unbalanced, and I hate that.
Shit, we should have just saved her for the very end. That way, nothing could happen to her between now and saving the world.
Well, there's pros of reviving her now.
Yeah.
Oh!
We get an extra ally
I would say
pops-
We got a beding.
who pops in the chat.
I see their image on OBS.
Well, this.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Wobus.
what is wrong with my internet?
Internet's been really sketchy the last couple days.
My pages just keep crashing. I'm not having any dropped frame rates, but my pages just keep crashing. It might be, maybe it's a Chrome thing. No,
I was having
you
some
guys would
issues
have
with
it.
Chrome earlier. I was having some issues with Chrome earlier, but that was on the slow computer. I haven't had any issues since then.
Okay. Well, Anyway,
Okay, back to the recap.
yeah, go for it, Rona.
Okay. So previously, we had finished a ritual to bring back Denox's deceased wife of what was it, like 10, 15 years, something like
10
that.
years.
It's been a long time. 10 years? Yeah. Okay, so she'd been gone for a long while, and we managed to gather the things we needed with the help of the goddess of knowledge, Scientia, and she essentially did the ritual while we assisted to bring back this woman, Borgok. After the ritual is complete, 5 of the 6 items used as, I guess, anchors or memories or whatever, were cracked, except for one that was in perfect condition. And the repercussions of that is potential memory loss or just could potentially change the personality of Borgok entirely. So we got a whole bunch of explanation on what all these items were for, what they represented. I'm not gonna go into those details. You want that? You go watch the last episode.
Where's our viewer hours?
Yeah. Anyways, let's see. So we agreed to, until she came to, put her in a detention cell for safety reasons. Not the most ideal idea, but
Deanoch wasn't happy
it had
about
to be
that.
done.
I remember that.
It had to be done. So Deanoch willingly stayed with her overnight. Meanwhile, we had to backpedal a little bit and do some discussion about which island are we actually going to, before we finally settled on going back to Valinar's island to deal with some arising issues there. So we had a dragon traveling with us. His name was Paphos, and he was going to help us fight some Illithids in the opposite direction of Valinar's island, but we had to put that on the back burner and said, okay, so, we're not going to go fight them right now. He said, okay, cool, I'll go fly on ahead. So he took off, and we're probably not going to find him again in the same state as we left him. Just my opinion. But assuming all goes well, he'll wait for us at the Colophone outpost until we arrive before facing off against an entire city of Illithids by himself. Anyways, we set up Borgok's room, quotation marks. Katya, myself, willingly gave up a mattress so that she would have to be completely uncomfortable, and Deanoch spent the night with her. She woke up in the middle of the night and kind of had a freak out because she's in an unfamiliar place, and I want to guess it was maybe dark, maybe not. I don't know.
She has dark
F-
vision.
Either way, she was laying with what she believed to be a stranger at first and freaked out and was about to start pounding on Deanoch when she realized who it was. And Deanoch kind of comforted her and
Caught her up to date.
Consoled her and caught her up to date. For the first time in his life, Deanoch got to be the big spoon.
He wrote
then-
that
and
down,
then he
but
fe-
not whether or not you summoned Tim.
Yeah. Deanoch filled her in on everything that has been going on in the past few months, where we're going now, and whatnot. She's had some muscular atrophy, being pretty much in suspension for 10 years, and so she's got some nursing to do in order to get herself back up to strength. She's already able to walk, which is a huge leap in the right direction. She wants to be able to come with us, but Deanoch's like, no, not now, but later. I tried to encourage her, and she called me a toothpick. I'm like, she seems nice. Borgok will be under the care of Valinar's mother and the wife of our guard captain. Then we started deciding where we were going to teleport on Valinar's island. Valinar used Sydney to contact Shia. She needed 3 hours to secure the room that we'd stayed at in the inn previously. 3 hours later, she managed to get us a room, not the exact one, but a room. With the clever use of scrying, mind linking, and teleportation, we were able to arrive in that room in one piece. She notices that we had a change in our party and addressed the elephant of the room, whose name is Yet. And then we moved on from that. Apparently, there's been a statewide alert where Paloma has seized complete authority over everything while she is hastily searching for Valinar. Her guard has been picking the place apart, doing double and triple shifts to try and find and capture him. Valinar has to disguise himself like before. And
This
we have
time, not
determined that
this time he still has his tongue, and I think he's
Yeah.
a guy, right?
he is male Katya.
Yes. Yeah. I had to think about what I would have done.
Yes. Yeah, male Katya. So first order of business is we need to locate Erin, the necromantress that has been suspected of pulling the strings here. We know kind of where we can find Paloma, but she's not our primary target. If we have to deal with her, we will. Kind of where we left off. Planning.
By possibly having to deal with her, Valinar plans on killing her.
Yeah.
Just
You
throwing that
know-
one out there.
Do what you gotta do. If she stands in the way, she will die.
So, excuse me.
Inspiration will go to the party pot.
Okay, make sure you document it. I would also
Doing.
like to begin this session. I want to have everybody roll a d20.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Just a generic G20.
Yep, just a generic d20.
9.
8.
11.
7.
Oh.
And then
Well.
for Asta, please.
7, 8, 9. Come on, 10.
10.
Okay, just do this for me.
Come on, 10. Come on, 10.
That would be
Gotta
so
have it.
funny.
That would be fantastic.
If it is a 10, can we all reroll?
No.
Dang.
Ah!
14.
Damn.
14. So close.
Had to break it.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, few things to kind of explain here for this next little portion here, because we have you guys have some time to deal with stuff on the island. I'm trying to remember how much time.
Do we know how much time?
We should.
Should.
Uh,
I want to say it's about a week. Maybe 5
Yeah.
days.
About a week ish. Since we teleported ahead.
So, you guys should.
Shouldn't we have sent the Lapita towards Colophon then? Oh well. They're just gonna fly up from place to place to place. And we're just gonna teleport around. So they're just like, why are we bothering flying?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you guys have one, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8 days before Cardin dies.
Huh. We're not just worried about Carton here. We're worried about the rest of the outpost, right? Okay, we're worried about Carton.
Sure.
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah, but you know, Carden is main priority because he's friend.
I think, mate. Carton is first priority. Second priority is stopping the Illithids from whatever the hell they're trying to do.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But that is what it currently looks like.
I will document that. We have 8 days until Cardin dies.
On the 8th day, they say F it and
Unless
eat his brain.
we intervene.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
Puff.
the
fuck
next
is the name
thing.
of this place?
What?
Proterus. Proterus.
The next thing is,
Okay.
thanks to the rolls that you guys have just made, Shia has been able to secure connection. And what I mean by that is, if you guys remember last time you were here, Haru, who was effectively leading the quote-unquote resistance. So you guys have access to some of their network. Okay? They are going to help you effectively create subterfuge and other things like that or in distractions, things like that, to help you guys do what is needed. Shia is
Like
explaining
on
this.
Hofkeen.
Kind of. Shia is explaining this to you while you guys are at the inn, that that after when you guys are ready to go, we'll go and we'll meet up with Haru in the chains, and you'll lay out your plan there.
Okay.
He'll be he has the largest force beyond after the church, kind of at his disposal. So he is literally your best bet. So,
Okay.
yeah. So she would explain that to you,
Okay.
and when you're ready to go, we can go. I will lead the way. We should arrive without too much trouble.
Well, I vote we get a move on. Better than just waiting around to be spotted.
Okay. We're gonna move quickly, and we're gonna move kind of hidden and stealthily. So let's try to
We
keep
can
up.
always discuss our plans when we arrive at the.
Say that again.
We should discuss our plans once we arrive at the chains.
Mm-hmm. That is the intention.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Maybe my voice isn't carrying it like it should.
Yeah, there at the end, it sounded like you got nasally.
I'm still slightly congested from a cold that I caught over the weekend.
Yeah,
My
that's probably
voice
what's
feels a
doing it.
little strained too.
No,
That's
I also
probably
had
what's
to yell at
doing
one
it.
of my kids earlier. I will do my best to speak up.
always appreciated. So, if you guys are gonna follow Shia, she is going to begin leading you guys through the city, and kind of through some hidden paths. I'm gonna have or ask for everybody then to make a. We'll start with a acrobatics check.
Oh, yay.
Or athletics. I'll allow athletics because that's fun.
Acrobatics.
Athletics it is.
Hey,
Nat 20 for a
not terrible.
23.
Yet got a 33.
Damn.
$18 for Austin.
Okay.
Thor.
That tracks though. Valinar is locked in, and yet is yet. He is yet to break a sweat. He is yet to be entertained.
I love it.
I'm sorry.
The wordplay.
Are yet not entertained.
Boo.
Boo.
Asta does pretty well as Katya, but Dinok struggles a little bit to keep up at times. We'll see if that plays into a factor here, as I asked for everybody now to make a stealth check for me, as you guys are
Oh, God.
trying to not be
Can
noticed.
Asta cast Pass Without a
16.
Trace for us?
Please.
I mean, it wasn't said before rolls started.
Well,
I know, but that's also something she does a lot. So if Asta is willing to use the spell slot, then sure.
Shit, I should probably one for myself into a cat.
Gives everything. Everybody plus 10.
Turn myself into a cat, and then I'll be super stealthy.
You get like forecast of it. So that's true. Okay. Yes, I will use one.
So yeah, you can add plus 10.
17.
26.
I needed it
Whew.
because
Dina.
again, dice roll
Consistency.
equals 4, but now it's 14.
Okay.
You want to roll your stealth check
2,
first?
3.
Wait, don't I have a...
Go up.
What are you thinking, Velnar?
You used it there. You just marked it there.
I just had I just remembered. I think I have... I'm not going to use it right now, but I think... Because of how I gained...
39.
Ooh.
How I gained the Twilight Domain, you also gave me access to the Knowledge Domain channel divinities.
19.
And yep, one of them is what I thought it was. Gain proficiency with a chosen skill or tool for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes, you are stealthy.
Well, I'm not using it right now. I just remembered I had this.
Ah.
And I also had to look it up because for some reason I didn't actually add it in. I just put that I had access to knowledge channel divinities.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you do that, then you have proficiency. So you would add the
Right.
proficiency to that.
I'm not using it right now since I already rolled it.
Okay. Your choice.
I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with the regular way of.
All right.
So it would just be the 14.
I see 17.
17. I was looking at the wrong number. My bad.
Okay, no worries. Okay. So we got a 26 from Katya, a 17 from Valinar, a 14. Wow, Dinok, roll another d20, roll another dex check or stealth or something, because if you roll another 4, you might want to do some seance or something. Okay.
Seance?
Yeah.
Speak with the dead?
I don't know what the word is.
Exorcism?
Decursifying.
Ah, remove curse. Gotcha.
Okay, so a 14 from Dinok, a 39 from Asta, and a 19 from Yet. Okay.
Asta is the knight.
Well, she's really good at avoiding notice, and
Yeah, she's always so
always
quiet. We
sure
haven't
am.
really know she's there.
I am the shadows.
Please don't whisper in my ear. Everybody else is speechless.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I have all of my info for the knowledge domains added in.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. So
Oh. Do you
okay, so
keep
she rolled well. Roll for the guards. All right, you guys are fine. It. What was that?
Sounds like someone started to say something before someone else muted.
Maybe. It does take you guys a while. A couple of hours actually kind of traveling through the city before arriving at Valinor. You would know what they call like they have a couple different names for it. Some people call it the descent, other people call it the drop. But effectively it's where
The cliff, the dive.
something like that. It's effectively
The execution
where
point.
yeah, exactly. It is effectively the execution point. It is where
Oh,
where the individual decades ago was sentenced to death, jumped and swung to the underside of the island. And you see as Shia kind of goes, so there's a lot of ways down, but this one is the one that is least watched. And she'll go to the edge of the island, grab the chain, and basically begin trying to slide and hand over hand her way down the chain.
And Valinor, without missing a beat, will follow her.
Well, balls.
So
There really is an easier way now. It doesn't involve so much physical strength.
speaking of physical strength, let's have everybody give me a strength check. Those who
I'm
are
going to
down
fucking
this way.
die.
And I'll be right there with you.
Nope, it specifies skill, and strength is not a skill.
24? You wish.
actually, a 14 is pretty good for her.
I will take a 16.
13.
13.
I'm like, -2, I'm gonna die.
Oh, there's a lot of 13s there.
Unless I get a
Don't
natural
revive me.
on a strength save or throw.
It's not a save, it's just a check.
What? Why did it roll a save there? I thought I.
I mean, you guys are fine because the saves are all the same, or as your modifier, other than Asta.
Well, no, my save actually is different, but I don't know why it says save because it added in my regular strength.
Yeah, that is weird. Oh, it did
It
it for
is a save
Asta
again.
too. That's weird. Well, Asta has a natural 20. Where it yet? Can you roll a strength check, please?
Oh no.
His came in fine. Okay, weird.
That is very odd.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, yeah, mine's
Well,
straight
it
safe.
was-
I clearly clicked on
I did a
strength.
saving throw at first.
Oh,
So did
Yeah,
I.
that is weird.
Mine, even though I did.
Oh, Denox came in okay that way too.
the
That's
correct one.
that's bizarre.
Save for both mine.
It doesn't matter. It is physically straining for most of you, other than actually all of you except for Asta and Denoch, actually. But you
He's got real strong lately.
I feel like Denoch is just actually going like last and is like has his feet subtly on the elephant's shoulders, supporting his weight. And the
Well,
elephant
it
just
could
doesn't
also-
realize
It could also be, I'm just high on life or something because, she's back.
He's back in the saddle again.
I don't suppose it's considered dim light under the island, near where we're at.
Depends on the angling of the sun.
I mean, it's probably like noon or so. So yeah, it would probably be that way.
Okay, Valinar, once he starts getting tired, is gonna say, "Fuck this," and use Steps of the Night just to walk down.
I mean, the DC was 10, so you guys all made it.
Well, again, I could turn into a flying creature.
Yeah, but that's a spell.
And
We don't know
Mine's
if we're
not a
gonna
spell. Mine's just a class
No, I
ability
mean-
that I have plenty of uses of.
what is it? Polymorph lasts for an hour. Yeah, I think that would be enough time to fly down there. Oh well, I'll climb the chain. I'm already here.
Yeah, it's not a super long climb.
Good, because if it was, and I start slipping, you can bet your ass I'll be polymorphing instead of Featherfall.
So
I think that would be pretty cool though. Just dive off the ledge, give a big fuck you, and turn into a bat.
guys,
Anyways,
descend onto these. Actually, do I have a moon for that? Oh no.
look for something called the Descent. Oh.
No. No, I don't have a good one, so we're gonna just go with
Do you need somebody to just make blowing sounds into the mic for a while?
No, we do not want that. What's the opposite of ASMR?
Loud.
Don't do that.
I think we just found out what the opposite of ASMR is.
I will reach through the internet. No, fuck. I will go
No.
down to Texas, find you, and slap
you will melt before you find me.
I will help him.
Just you had to think of things from my wife's perspective. She's standing here watching me, like, "What the hell are you doing?"
But it helps if I blow into the mic for a while. I walked into that line.
Oh yeah,
No
yeah.
context.
D&D
Yes,
without
what-
context is a game in this house.
Yes, blow the mic. Blow the mic.
D&D without context.
Aubrey.
Shut up. My jacket.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys.
Are we sure about that?
So you guys descend, and you don't go like super far down, like maybe 100 feet. And then you guys kind of land on a like a small platform that is this rickety wooden platform that's kind of attached to these chains that kind of stretch up to the bottom of the island. And as you guys kind of stand on it, you guys then kind of look out and can see they're hangling, dangling, and swaying in the wind. These rickety wooden like bridges that almost look like swings connected to these chains, and you can see in some spaces where those gaps have kind of broken, and there's just a rusty chain hanging where there should have been like a step or like a bridge, for example. So think roughly like are you guys familiar with like rope bridges and how each individual plank is like tied together
Yep.
into the next one? Think kind of like that, but each individual plank is suspended from their own chains that are like in the bottom of the island at different levels and intervals, with some of those planks kind of just broken and not there or not there anymore, and just the chains dangle.
Okay. Yeah, like hell, I'm going to walk across that.
Beyond what you can kind of immediately see, you then see larger platforms of wood where there are buildings, plumes of smoke coming from these rickety or like hodgepodge like buildings that are just scattered throughout the underside of the
All
You-
right.
You see Shia kind of take the lead again and kind of steps forward and kind of points off to one of the slightly larger buildings. Valinar, you would say that this building would be just slightly smaller than the one you saw land in the water a few weeks back.
Oh, fantastic. Hopefully this one won't fall.
Oh, that's right.
And
Buildings here have a tendency to fall down below, don't they?
just the one, to your knowledge, Valinar.
They only fall if some idiot decides to undo the chains.
And because that's where
This
we're
just
heading.
doesn't feel safe, but okay.
Eh,
Fine.
Just be light on your
Sure,
feet.
good place for resistance.
Just be light on your feet. We're heading towards that building, and she will begin. Yeah, she will begin, almost like parkour, I guess would be the name of it. Just kind of lobbing her way through the different platforms, and just kind of swinging on on the chains that don't have platforms. Taking a moment on the small steps to kind of catch breaths and wait for chains to swing in the way that she needs them to, and begins making her way towards the building.
Okay, I cast polymorph.
On yourself?
Done. Yep, I am now a bat. I will fly.
Okay.
I am not walking across these platforms.
Valinar is also going to fly.
So hold on. Let's solve Katya's. Let's solve Katya at first. You said a bat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just something that doesn't have to touch the ground, and I could just fly across.
Sure. Bats are small. I don't think bats are that strong.
Ooh, do I have to worry about
Wind.
like wind currents here?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Okay, then fuck that. I'm an eagle.
Okay.
Something a little more substantial that's used to flying in tougher wind. Whatever's gonna get me across here, where I don't have to swing on chains, walk on rickety wooden steps? Question mark. Something that's going to increase my chances of survival.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll say you're an eagle, and you
Cool.
fly across with no issue. Valinar, how are you flying?
Steps of the night. My class skill. I'm just gonna walk.
Hey, can you link that in chat for me? I don't remember what that is off the top of my head.
Hang on,
It's
let
like-
me-
Well, good thing everything around here is dim light. Step.
Yeah, that's why I asked if it was dim light under there, because it's dim light or darkness.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, easy. I will say at this point in time, I will say that you have You have used 2 uses of that, but just so that you're aware.
Yep. Gotcha. I think that's
So-
that's what I had.
Well, fuck us then.
About how far away do these platforms actually take us?
It's probably like 300 feet.
Technically speaking, polymorph is a single target, correct?
Correct.
Then as a courtesy to Deanoch, since he is lacking in strength as well, I can twin that one and just say he's also an eagle.
Hmm. How much? No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Whee!
Yeah, there you go.
You were also eagle.
Asa should have no problem getting across. Might be a little troublesome for Yet.
Well,
I would guess so.
you guys can make either an athletics or acrobatics check. I allow that because it definitely could be either way.
Yeah, I will make an athletics check for me.
I assumed as much.
25.
55.
Very nice.
You said either athletics or acrobatics?
Yep.
It's a 1 point difference for me, but
That's funny.
16.
Yet you move across with hardly any issues at all. Asta, you definitely find some issues and struggling to get the timing down a little bit from time to time with the chains. But you do eventually make your way across with... you are getting to the point where you feel pretty tired after all of this, however.
Fair.
After we have safely landed, I'll drop that polymorph.
Okay. You drop polymorph. And you guys are across the way. Building. She kind of nods. She will enter in the door itself, mostly just that of a curtain, and she will kind of duck in it. Hey, Yet,
Yes.
since you're probably one of the last ones to arrive, can you roll me a D100?
Sure.
God.
Ouch.
The
Oh, boy.
half-ton elephant man lands on the rickety platform.
Oh no. That's a 90.
90.
Nothing happens.
Good.
As you and land, the platform kind of shakes a little bit or kind of bounces a little bit and then sways gently in the wind. She ducks in the
Okay,
side.
so
What do
okay.
you guys do?
Follow? I ain't turning
Yep.
back to go back that way again.
You guys enter into a dimly lit domicile, mostly through like the open curtain way and the general light that peeks in through the cracks of the board. Excuse me. And inside you see Haru, kind of sitting at a table, looking over a generalized map and just kind of pondering. She kind of clears her throat, and Haru looks up and kind of goes, "Oh, what? Amazing! Welcome. I heard that you were returning. Valinar, I'm assuming is you," and he'll point to you, Valinar.
Belmar without a beat is gonna go, "No, it's him," and point to Yeet.
That was my next question. points to Yet.
Big Elephant Man has strength.
Okay. I'm not going to question it. I'm assuming we need. I'm going to tell you that we need every ally that we can get.
Allies are always good.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. So how
Kitty.
bad is it?
It's bad. Shia will kind of speak up and kind of be like, most civilians don't even dare leave their home anymore in order to avoid accusations. The ones that are brave enough to go out and go to work are pretty much blacksmiths. Similar merchant types. But they do not get much business. Most simple folk are holed up in their home or avoiding everyone to the best of their ability.
So is that Goldwild, or is that the entire island?
That is the whole island.
Oh god. Okay. My map isn't okay. Why do I not have the chains on my map?
Because it's
We already have an idea of where we might be able to find lava and or Eric.
I would assume Palama's in the main temple in Goldwild.
as far as we can tell, yes, that is where she and her new friend are located.
Of course. Why do I keep thinking about bombs? Okay. Sorry. I just keep going back to bombs because that's essentially how we beat most of Torben's people.
You're not wrong.
Actually, if you happen to have any sort of explosives or materials to make explosives on hand, it would go a long way towards ending this quick.
You cut out there at the end.
It would go a long way towards ending this quickly.
Unfortunately, we don't have anything of that caliber in terms of firepower. I mean, really, we have a couple hundred able-bodied fighters, several dozen. I mean, merchants, like I'm talking like street runners. kids. I mean,
And
Really?
unfortunately, most of our enemy are, at the very least, of the faith. Correct.
yeah.
Well, there goes my undead.
I mean, undead can generate numbers depending on how you use them. I've seen you work with some creepy stuff before, but I try not to question it too much. I assume you have it well under control.
About how many people does Palama have available?
Uh,
Oh.
if we're talking across the whole entire island, 3,000, maybe more.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
we're looking just in Goldwild. We're looking at
Oh.
a couple hundred.
Valinar, didn't you say that you have the rune sequence to the main temple's teleportation circle memorized?
Only to the main temple of Geismo where Palama is.
Okay. At the start, is there some way we might be able to draw out the main force of that temple? Give ourselves an entry point with less resistance.
Can you repeat that? Sorry, I kind of stuttered out.
Is there a way we might be able to draw attention away from that temple so that we can have an entry point?
Hmm. If you guys have a plan, yes, we could dispatch men um, to different locations to cause distraction. We can use the boys to run rumors around, but you're
Oh God.
we'd have to be careful about
I
timing.
I have a terrible idea. How
Any
many people
ideas?
do we have that are? How many people do we have that are good at disguises or illusion disguises?
Not sure. I mean, maybe
You have
half a
me.
dozen.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe half a dozen
'Cause-
within the people that I know. Whatever you've brought with your arsenals or tools is on you.
Because Palama's turning the island upside down looking for me. What if we just gave her a bunch of me just running around?
I mean, that's not
I
a
like that
bad
plan.
That's not a bad idea.
Actually, that would be fantastic. But whoever disguises himself as you stands a great chance of
Yeah.
being captured. But it is a surefire way to get close to her, I suppose.
Or to at least flush out a lot of her people.
Be an
Well-
excellent distraction, in all honesty. Soldiers not knowing where to go, reports all over the island of Valinar here, Valinar there. There'd be utter chaos.
Hell,
Valinar
we could
here,
also
Valinar there, Valinar,
just
Valinar,
throw in
everywhere,
more-
Valinar.
just throw in some extraneous reports too. Not even of people seeing, just with how many are out there, we could just keep piling up more and more reports of me being somewhere, even if we don't have anyone disguised as me there.
So way to disguise the street urchins, perhaps.
Hell, if we don't want to risk anyone, maybe just create little dummies. Make them look kind of like me. Set them
I'm
up
sure
in random
Paloma already
places
has
in the
plenty of
middle of the
those.
night. God.
I mean, we'd also be able to. We would also be able to, like that's also something technically I could do too. chances of somebody catching me and keeping me very slim.
See, this, well, regardless of what tactics we use, it's obvious we're not going to win this one with just a full frontal assault. We have to be able to take the heat off of a strike force, a small group that can get in, infiltrate, and put down Palama personally. Our
Blow my
group
head there.
here, yes, our group here can definitely handle that portion. We can get into the temple easy. We just gotta make sure it's clear before we do.
I mean, we can definitely try to do something to make that work, but again, we don't necessarily or exactly have an army.
Exactly.
We have a few, well-trained thugs at best.
If we have enough of these urchins start making reports to the god again and again and again in different locations, that should spread things out. And with enough people in a vague facility that they can quickly discard of Valinar's usual outfit when he was on the island, with a wig or specifically his sunglasses.
Yeah.
And again, quick enough and light enough to throw them away, get far enough away to just be another citizen who was pushed aside by the person who discarded, quote unquote, the disguise.
So the next question that kind of comes into play: if you do take out Olama, you're gonna create a power. Who we put in charge? Don't put somebody good. Somebody that people trust. We are going to have more pandemonium on.
I have an idea, but he will probably hate me for recommending him.
Well, I mean,
Let me hear.
aren't you the leader of the resistance? Yeah. Perhaps you should be the one.
Oh, no.
I was going to recommend Nadon. After everything Palama's done, aren't people going to look at him and wonder, why was she so hell-bent on arresting him and torturing him?
We also have to keep in mind the fact that while Palama was in charge, I don't know how long she's been in charge, but surely your people have grown accustomed to her religion. Whoever it would be had to be somebody who at least understands the religion enough to implement it, I suppose.
He probably won't like the idea.
If he doesn't like it, then he can always fake his death and somebody else can take over.
Or we can realize that, at the very least, for a time, he is needed.
It doesn't have to be permanent, right?
No.
Or maybe he holds it down until, say, we're finished saving the world, and then maybe Valinor could take over.
I will jump off the island.
Technically already happened once, right?
I will jump off the island again.
And I will summon Tim and have him bring you back up.
And I will jump off the island again.
We're gonna have to tie him up.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of leader everyone wants. Someone who's tied to the chair.
They'll think that you're demon possessed. You're tied up to the chair and shouting, "Let me out! Let me out!"
Side note, out of game, that is the entire plot of one game series. Warhammer 40k, Emperor, Golden Throne.
Yeah, I've never.
Can't say I'm familiar.
Played it.
Sorry. For the Emperor. I don't know.
One of my coworkers became completely obsessed with the game and would not stop talking about it.
Okay.
I mean, trying to think of anyone else that could fill the power back.
Realistically, how long is it going to take us to be able to get rumors spread enough to bring Palama's forces to spread out across wherever looking for quote-unquote Valinor? We talking a couple days, couple weeks?
I mean, I don't know.
This time is of the essence here too. Erin is up to something. And it's not good. And the more time she has, the greater the likelihood of us not being able to bring her down.
Yeah. I unfortunately do not have an answer. I don't know.
Do you think she has the ability to stop an assault from a flying fortress?
The ability to do what?
Do you think she has the ability to stop the assault of a flying fortress?
Don't know. It's unlikely, but anything can happen, I suppose.
Hey, D-Dog.
That would be difficult. The cannons are not set to aim more than a certain angle downwards. You would have to basically have the fortress on its side. Everything for the fortress is more
Yeah, that might be difficult.
90 degrees.
Or shoot at it from a... The way the physics works, I do believe that if you fire from far enough away, the shot should angle downward to directly hit the
It's
temple,
magic.
right?
It's magic.
And maybe it curves. I don't know. What happens when you throw a fireball? Does it not curve eventually?
Magic.
Ah,
The curve is so far out of our ability to measure it that you could fire from one end of Hofkeen, the opposite end of Hofkeen, and by the time it got here, it would still be roughly same trajectory.
so that wouldn't be an option.
Even if the magic could go that far. Remember, the magic dissipates after a certain point.
Because I can envision the Plapitos floating just off the edge of the island, maybe a little bit higher than the city, and just... Oh, actually, I think of it as a terrible idea. We could potentially kill a lot of innocent people trying to take down one person. Maybe not. Oh.
Valmar's kind of been in his own world
Oh.
this entire time, just thinking.
Bob.
Here's a question. What would Palama do if we started spreading the rumor that I was building an army of undead in the Laughing Woods?
He's not dumb by any means.
I could drop several groups there.
I mean, I feel like she would send at least a few people to investigate it. The Laughing Woods is rather large, but you have a few groups of undead stationed around. You could absolutely trick her into sending a larger force into that area to root out anything that may be in the woods. I don't know. I could see that working. The whole point of all of this, though, is we're going to need to have a distraction strike force, and we also need to have the people on our side before we take her out. Because if we don't, there's going to be a power vacuum, and there's going to be a lot of mistrust placed within us.
Yeah.
Not just the assassination, we need the people.
Well, then get Nate on. Get him informed of what we are planning on doing and have him on board before we enact anything.
So you guys want me to just contact Nadon and go, so we're going to kill Palama and put you in charge, deal with it?
No. Locate him. Bring him back here. I did tell him, so now he's invested. Because if you contact him from afar, we'll never find him back. He'll hide.
I mean, he's
Where's he
on
going to hide?
the
He's on the
laptop.
laptop.
He might jump off the Laffy Tub, Dalinar. You threatened to jump off the island at the very idea.
Yeah, that's fair.
Exactly. And you will
Damn
hide
politics.
permanently.
Damn politics.
I also kind of forgot he was on the Laputa. We've had a lot happen.
Clearly.
Some real emotional moments, you know.
You guys have only been gone for a short period of time, too. You realize that, right?
We've fought
when
in a
you
dragon
fight
tournament.
like five dragons in a row, and
Each of increasing age.
We've been off doing other things, such as fighting dragons, for fun and pleasure, to try and gain new allies. We were trying to clear up a situation involving a completely different type of species living underground in a very different region of the world. And we had to go through the emotional damage of bringing back Dinok's deceased wife.
Emotional damage.
There it is.
By using the power of a goddess. So, we've been very busy. Excuse me if I forgot who is or is not on our flying fortress right now.
Wait a sec. You guys mostly worship life and light, right?
depends on the city you're in, but
Most. The predominant religion. Which god do you worship?
I'm looking through the notes right now and going, it depends on the city. It's probably light because Geisma's in
Geisma.
half the cities.
We typically could ask Scientia if she could move, or at least try to get Geisman to show up to legitimize our claim.
That might be a big ask of her right now, considering everything that she's been through recently.
Hard to say.
Not saying
Also,
it can't happen,
if-
but I wouldn't
Also,
hold my breath on that one.
if Geisma was gonna show up, I'd like to think he wouldn't have just told me to go deal with it.
Oh, I suppose that's fair.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's a question.
Bloody politics.
Right? Valinar, I remember once you saying you could summon some kind of celestial entity, correct? Or was I just dreaming?
Kinda, sort of. I mean, depends on what we're looking for. I don't think I can summon a planetar if that's what you're wanting.
At the very least, something connected to Geisma that could confirm our legitimacy, or at least
That-
convince enough
I'm gonna have
people
to.
to.
I'm gonna have to actually check and see. What that's not the spell I thought it was. Hang on, what? Oh no, wait, that's the stupid changed frickin' spell.
Having difficulties?
Where the hell? I don't remember the name of the spell, so I'm trying to find it. And they've started throwing in all the new spells, or all the changed spells, I should say.
Make sure you're on Legacy.
Yeah, all my stuff says legacy. I haven't
I have
changed any of the new stuff.
all the new stuff is mixed in with the legacy stuff on my list.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you're cleric.
Yeah.
That seems legit. Don't really get a choice there.
And it almost looks like they have actually straight up removed the spell I want to look at. I could have sworn I was thinking of Conjure Celestial, and the only Conjure Celestial on this is from the new D&D crap.
Uh-oh. Let me see here. Maybe I can find the legacy version. Conjure Celestial Legacy. Yep. There we go. There you go.
Yes, that is the spell I was thinking of.
Yay! So what is the difference between that one and the new one?
Hang on. Let me see if I can. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it if I don't have it prepared.
Oh, it's okay.
It's completely
That is
different.
That is very different.
Yeah, you now see why I was completely confused
So either
when I
summoning
was looking at the thing.
a literal creature, you summon a pillar of light
Yes.
that either does HP restore of a shit ton, or does a shit ton of radiant damage to the target? Kind of like an enhanced moonbeam. Okay. Yeah, that's very different.
Yeah, I don't think I can summon anything. I don't think I can really get anything that'll be able really to do that.
Oops. Nope.
Do I even have... I guess you have the ability to speak.
Celestials of Challenge rating 4. Ooh, Kuwaddle.
So
I like that one.
Of course you
this
would.
one I'm looking at.
Kuwaddle. Yeah, I don't know what's considered
Okay,
a
I
planet.
can't even
What
look at...
challenge rating a planetar is, or how to spell planetar. for that matter.
Unavailable.
Oh,
That's what it is.
16.
Like I
Oh,
said,
yeah, that's
unavailable.
that's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, I don't think I have any celestials that'll really...
Kuwaddle.
Quaddle's like the only one.
Because it understands and can speak all languages.
Why is...
I enjoyed my short
Looking
time
through-
playing as one.
Looking through all of it, most of these are from Planescape, which I don't have access to. But they don't have... But, yeah. Can you... Oh, no, you're not going to be helpful. You wouldn't be helpful at all anyway. You don't speak any knowable language. Well, what the... No, no D&D Beyond. I don't want to buy a book. Okay, I don't think I have any conjurable celestials that would help in this situation.
So it's sounding like our best option then is to try to spread false sightings of Valinor. Or maybe even do it alongside building an undead army in the forest. Maybe by doing both, we'll be able to draw a lot of attention away from the city so we can enact our plan. Infiltration.
All are sound ideas. How...
This is typically how our planning sessions go. We throw around a lot of crazy ideas and determine a lot of
Then
them
we
aren't
just-
going to work out. Either we do something completely
we-
different anyway.
And then once we decide to do something completely different, we get started to realize that's not going to work and we have to make it up on the fly.
I mean, that sounds like one of the 3 steps to making a plan.
Oh, I mean, the last plan we made here worked out pretty well. With the impenetrable barrier and freeing the captives and getting them to safety. Oh, that seemed to work out pretty well.
I think that's about the only plan we've ever made that's actually kind of worked, without us having to like improvise just about everything. because one thing went wrong.
Okay. Well,
Okay, so
let's
once we get there,
rest for a
oh,
little bit, and I will have
okay.
some of the boys run out, get some ideas on where we stand with the population, and once they return, gain some insight on how we should go about things, improve our odds and work for you.
Yeah.
So, as you guys kind of take some time to take a break, relax in this swaying building. If you need to get up, use the restroom, now would be a great time. However, I'm also going to start talking about the mechanics that we will be kind of using for this stage.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Of the campaign, I guess. So, excuse me. What we are going to do is you guys are going to come up with ideas. I don't care how crazy they are. And you're going to dictate who is going to do these ideas. They could be sabotage, they could be talking to crowds, they could be um they could be like small skirmishes, they could be anything you guys can think of. You guys are going to determine who is going to do this. And you guys do not have to function as one unit. You guys can act it as different units. So, like, for example, if Denoch wanted to do his own thing, he could do his own thing. If
You can bet your ass I'm going to disguise myself as Valinar and go take on like a guard shack or guard post.
in a fight, right?
I was gonna say,
with a group of other people. Won't be just me, but yes.
In a fight, right?
Yeah. Yes.
no.
Oh god.
I don't know what you're talking.
Yes, I'm gonna take on Valinar is gonna get raped. And,
Thank you.
Oh god.
No, we're gonna go burn down like
funny.
a guard post or something, and then run the fuck out of there, and let them think that Valinar did it. That'll get some attention.
I'm sorry, that was so funny to me. Because I said it not once, I said it twice, and when you clarified what you were doing, it didn't make it any better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take on an entire guard post at once.
And
fight,
bring
right?
some friends.
And there's gonna be a lot of other people there with me, too. In a fight, right?
Shut up.
Sorry. So, getting back to what I was saying with how this is going to work. Once you have a course of action that you want to pursue, there will be potentially a series of skill checks. And I say potentially because there's always the possibility that it doesn't need a whole lot of skill checks, because things can be resolved by spells, bribery, brute force, anything else you can imagine. You can be creative with it if you want. You're going to roll, and that will be how we determine, kind of success failure. But something that I'm going to add to this is you guys will have ways of boosting your roll. I will probably limit the use of rerolls during this time period, specifically because of this. But I'm gonna inform you guys about this because it is a disposable resource, and I want to have it as a factor in all of this. You can boost your rolls by using hit dice.
Ooh.
What?
Hmm.
I
said,
am?
ooh. Huh?
Oh. Anyway, so and I'm gonna tell you right now, the larger your hit die, it does not matter. The hit die, the expenditure of the hit die gives a flat bonus whether you have a D6 or a D12. It makes it fair for everyone, and it kind of rewards those even those who might be multi-class. But that is so with that, each hit dice will give a flat bonus to your roll. I haven't decided on
Okay.
that number yet. I'm debating because you guys are level 14.
Yeah. See, we got 14 dice each.
Yep. So
Size doesn't matter, it's the quantity.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Depending on how many, I think what I'm going to do is I'm depending on. I think I'll make the number depending on how many different ideas you guys have. Right now, you guys have a lot, and how many of those that you guys want to complete is not yet knowledgeable to me. So I think what I'll probably do is it'll probably be if you guys are wanting to complete everything, it'll probably be worth like 2 points. If you guys narrow that a lot down, it'll probably just be one. So we'll kind of see. Um,
All I know is when we get to the final fight against Palama, I'm gonna end up with Valinar and Palama in a cage fight.
well, there's going to be there. So I'll determine the number before we get too into it for certain. But I'm also going to change how hit dice work, or sorry, are restored slightly during this stage. And it's going to simply be that during these next few days of potentially days of you guys planning, making adjustments, setting up the main stage of things, your hit dice are not going to respawn. So that they are a limited resource, but you can use them to boost outcomes. You can also
What?
the person who decides on what one of the NPC groups is going to do, you can also use your hit dice to influence their role, if that makes sense. So like for example,
Yes.
So for example, let's say Valinar.
I use my persuasion to give them like a rally cry or something.
Kind of.
Okay.
It's the way that it's going to work mechanically is if Valinar says, "Hey, I'm going to have a group of soldiers go beat up this this group of guards specifically in order to make it easier for us later," then then he can go, "Okay, and then I will give them 3 hit dice from me to use on their roll." So you can use them for NPCs. You can use them for yourselves. You can use, you can use them for each other. It's just a matter of how you want
Planning.
to spend them. Planning, exactly.
Okay.
So this will all kind of determine how you want to do something. I'm not going to limit the number that you can use at one time. So if you want to
Okay.
if you wanted to
Burn through all of them.
if you wanted to burn through all 14 of them on one roll just to secure that check, that's fine. But then you're out for until
Mhm.
this planning these plans and the grand stage is all set. Questions?
Yes. When do we get to take that break?
Oh, you can go. I said if you had to go, go.
Oh,
Yeah, but we wouldn't have understood any of what you just said if
exactly.
we did.
Yeah.
That would have made it even more fun though.
No.
I know. All right,
It would not.
let's go ahead and take a break then. I'll actually take us to the BRB screen, and we'll be back in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay.
All right, BRB. Dirk. We back.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
For the most part.
Sound of the police. Okay. So we is back for now. Rum will be back here with us shortly. He is taking care of some business really quick.
Uh-oh. Hopefully
But-
not bad business.
But we are going to have said that a couple of hours have passed. You guys have had time for a short rest if you needed it. And that you
I did not.
And that you guys are kind of standing around when the quote unquote scouts return with information for Haru.
Aha.
The scouts report. The scouts report that the favor of the resistance right now, because that's all they have information on, and Valinar is not great. It's actually pretty low. And effectively what that means...
That's among the people, right?
Among the people, yeah.
Oh, great.
Effectively what that means is right now they trust Palama more than they do the Resistance and your group.
That could complicate some things.
That's one of the things that you guys, that Haru said that would need to be done, is to convince the people. So, Haru kind of, thank you for the report. Let's move some scouts into sectors 10, 4, and 9. Notify me of any changes in patrols. The guy nods, leave. Well, I was genuinely hoping that the number of people in our favor would be higher, but
That just doesn't sound good for us.
I guess that was just me being too optimistic. It just means that it'll probably be a little harder to convince them that we are the good guys, and that we are the bright side of the future. But
How are we going to plan on showing them we're the good guys while also trying to think of the leadership they've come to trust? Question mark?
that is a fantastic question.
And unfortunately, we don't have enough viability for a public space to be able to publicly address everyone either. Not until Palama is already dealt with, and at that point it'd be too late.
Any ideas? And he'll kind of look to the group.
Well, I could tell you it'd be a bad idea to send Valinar out there to try to convince them.
Maybe in math.
What if I slipped up and snuck into, let's say, a hospital and just started healing people? Not saying a word, just healing people, and then just leave.
As yourself?
Yes, as myself.
Oh, that wouldn't be dangerous at all.
Absolutely. Dangerous.
It's not like the entire country is looking for you or anything.
Exactly. It's not like they've tried to execute me before. Like I said, it's an idea. It's probably a pretty bad idea, but it's an idea.
Not a horrible idea. It would gain some people's trust. The issue that you're going to really run into is how close churches would be to hospitals. And I do mean they would be close. I mean, most hospitals are supported by churches. So you'd be looking at
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You get called a heretic again?
well, churches often have some soldiers within them, which means that you, once you are reported, you probably have maybe 5 minutes to get lost.
Let me check something here real quick. Right when he says you have 5 minutes to get lost, I'm just gonna disappear.
Okay.
Oh, that's clever. Assuming you're still here.
Well, I does not respond.
Oh, hold on a second. Actually,
Well, he really got lost. Impressive.
oh. Uno momento. Uno momento. Yo.
Regular.
Oh, interesting. He would probably, he kind of still continuing to look in your general direction and kind of just be like, okay, well, if you can disappear and get out, that's good. But there's uh, it's still very risky. But you can stay invisible and get out of there without being detected. That'll be helpful.
At this point in time, Valinar had slipped out, and he's just gonna drop it and walk back in and go. So, what do you guys think of my little party trick?
I guess that means that you didn't catch what Haru had just said. It's dangerous. It's risky.
I hope your invisibility gets you more than just a few feet, though.
Yeah. If I do it at night, that's gonna require a lot of thought. Well, for right now, while Valinar's thinking about what he's gonna do, does anyone else?
If you're going to do that, to speed up the process, we can have others who also perform healing on individuals in need while disguised as yourself. That would be a good way to build your image.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to do it alone.
If we had money to spare, we could have people disguised as me just walk through the poorer districts just throwing money.
We don't have.
I know we don't have money to spare.
We have plenty of money to spare, Valinar. I mean, comparatively, of course. Compared to what your usual commoner has. Silver can go a long way, let alone gold. Of course, I'm also not privy to how much gold we actually have on hand. That's a question for Dinok.
Currently preoccupied.
Yeah.
I have a silly idea.
I love silly ideas.
What if I was a rampaging dragon going through decimating a town and the heroic Falanar shows up and slays me?
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I don't see that one going wrong at all.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it sounds like a great idea on the surface. Fortunately, I'm privy to knowledge that if I use that potion now, I'm stuck as a dragon for an hour, like it or not. And so I can't just drop it, disguise myself, and disappear when the illusion's over. So maybe not. Maybe best to save that one to deal with. I can't wait.
I could attempt a divine intervention to see if Geisma will just depose. Well, maybe not depose the right word.
Convince, maybe?
Well, I was gonna say denounce Palama. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh. If you could do that, that probably stands a better chance of being successful than sneaking into hospitals.
Yeah. I mean, I can give it a shot right now. What's it at best will what the entire island would hear a voice saying Palama's a liar, and at worst nothing happens.
That's true.
Sure, let's give it a shot.
What are you doing?
I'm asking Geisma to using divine intervention to see if I can get Geisma to basically publicly denounce Palama. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Nope.
Damn.
Would have been hilarious if it worked.
And campaign ended. Moving on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you tried. You failed.
Yeah. Didn't really expect it to work, but worth a shot. Am I not hearing that?
Any other ideas that you guys wish to toss out and talk about?
I think the hardest part at this point isn't going to be taking down Palama and Aaron. I think it's going to be convincing the people that we are the right people to be doing so. and rallying them as support behind us. It's going to be complicated. And I sure would hate to see Valinar's island go into total anarchy because of our actions.
I almost wonder if anarchy would be better.
Yeah, usually anarchy leads to restructuring, and I mean it's terrible in the meantime, but eventually it leads to restructuring and somebody gaining control of the situation. Now, unfortunately, that somebody in this situation could be just like Polama. Which would not be helpful. That would actually kind of put us right back where we started.
Question.
Or maybe we are going about this the wrong way. Like, I don't know how long Erin has had her hands in this situation, but if Erin's the one actually pulling the strings, then she's the one we should locate, because maybe she's been influencing Palama for a long while, and by defeating Erin, we could potentially break Palama free of, if she's even being controlled, break her free from that, so she's aware, and then we won't actually have to kill her or replace her or anything.
Here's a weird question. Do I happen to know where the harmony crystals are for the island?
Oh no. We're just gonna drop the island entirely?
No, that's not what I'm. Yes, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the.
Here's how we're going to kill Palama.
We're gonna kill. Greater good. We're gonna destroy the entire island.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Raise your
actually,
army of the undead now, bitch.
You wouldn't know. Most of them are actually visible from the chain.
You say You said most of them are visible from the chains.
Mhm.
So could we see the people that charge them?
No, because you don't see anybody. You have never seen anybody charging them, and you have never been privy to how they are charged.
Okay. Damn.
What if they're charged by the souls of sacrificed people in the name of some kind of a holy religion?
At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised. We finally found where they charge the harmony crystals. Why does it look like there was a bunch of blood sacrifices going on?
Because maybe there was. It's a small price to pay for the benefit of many. That sounds about right. Cross that bridge when we get there. It's a rickety one for sure. Of course, if we do the opposite and we slay Palama first. Oh, sorry, I'm in character.
I think.
If we slay Palama first, maybe the ensuing chaos would cause the guards to be too busy with having their hands full trying to keep that under control, and it will give us direct access to Aaron.
Or Aaron will just take complete charge and replace Palama completely.
Oh, that's not too terrible from what we were originally planning, is having to kill them both anyway. Worth a shot.
Yeah. But if we're killing them both, I either want to kill them at the same time or kill Aaron first. Because if we kill Palama and then Aaron takes over, Aaron is just going to basically make the guard a lot tougher, and it's going to be probably a bigger pain to try and kill her again.
It would be Torben all over again. I don't want to go through that again.
No, I don't either.
I died once because of him.
Yeah. I think I'm the only person that didn't go down in the fight against him. It was the
I'd
last
say
one.
I was too
And
busy
when we
being
were
dead.
teleported.
I'd say I was too busy being dead.
Yeah. Be-
I don't see a very good way to do this. To be completely honest. I think maybe we should worry about the power vacuum later and focus on stopping whatever Aaron is planning for sure.
Yeah. We need to find.
I'm a feeling worst case scenario, at the best case scenario, stopping her and her plans will free her grip on Palama and the island itself, and perhaps a lot of issues will solve themselves. On the contrary, worst case scenario, we slay Aaron, and we still have to deal with Palama either way.
Yeah.
Perhaps
don't
we
think
should
I-
focus all of our efforts on finding her then.
Yeah. If we just let the power vacuum form, we could just become a player in that vacuum.
That is also true.
Bloody politics. And who knows, maybe a faction we could support will crop up. And I'm thinking too far about what would happen after we kill them. We'd have to kill them first before we could even worry about that.
How dare you put politics in my D&D game?
I really wish Rom were here at this moment to give us more insights and more planning. Because just the two of us trying to make all the plans alone is like, can we have some more ideas to work with, please? Like, come on, Deanoch, we need your input. Deanoch might say something along the lines of, well, no matter what, in the end, I'll have a lot of skeletons that I can raise from my own undead army, and then I can conquer the island. Or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
He could go either way. Do I want to own a new island? Or do I just want to have my own undead army for facing off against the next problem? I'm sorry, were we trying to save Valinar's island?
Yes, we partially considered trying to save it by destroying it.
Let's just drop the Harmony Stones and watch the whole island plummet. Palama's dealt with, Aaron's dealt with, the entire situation on your island is dealt with. You were hated there anyway. Let's go on. Find you a new home. We saved all the people that mattered from there, right?
And there's a lot of different things to
A lot of different
options like that.
angles here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I stand firmly in the belief that we need to locate Aaron first, so perhaps we should have a scouting party to find out roughly where she is and what kind of defenses she has. That way we can begin making a move on her. After that, start finding ways to sabotage and or distract to minimize the amount of protection that she has available so that we can get our group in there to deal with her personally. We could deal with Palama later. She's not going to give up the search until either she's dealt with, or Valinar's found, or both. But as long as they're not both staying in the same room, we could deal with Erin. She's not the one running the entire country anyway, as far as the people are concerned. Honestly, she might be the easier problem at this point.
Last we knew, Aaron was in the same vicinity as Paloma, but we don't know if they were together.
Okay, so then we have a rough estimated area of where she would be operating. And that is the main temple in Goldwild, correct?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So then all of our efforts should be to try and reduce the forces that are there. Oh, that could mean finding ways to relocate them to false leads in surrounding areas, directly sabotaging their guard quarters, or just creating a diversion elsewhere in the city simultaneous with a direct infiltration of the temple. Anything we could do to reduce the manpower at the temple itself, so that we can get in.
Hey, do we know why Palama and Aaron are even working together?
You guys do not. Why not?
I think so.
Oh, we know about Aaron. We ran into her on another island. Or was it the surface?
I think it was the surface.
It was the surface. With that weird other creature that kept referring to D-Doc as a Shinigami, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
So I'm just wondering if we have any way to turn them against each other.
It is my understanding that Aaron partnership. To what end it is not clear, but they definitely are already
Working together?
dressed. They don't necessarily trust each other 100%, which is good for us.
Oh. Well, if there's a level of distrust there, that treats my theory to death. If there's any amount of distrust, then we know for certain that Palama is not being mind controlled by Aaron. Okay. I complicate things a little bit. What if Aaron was making an undead army in a nearby area to overtake Goldwild so that she could dethrone Palama? Palama's paranoid enough, correct?
Could work.
We should feed on that. That's a weakness that we can exploit.
Why not just start spreading as many wild rumors as we could? Say, I'm building an undead army in the north, in the Laughing Woods. Aaron's building an undead demonic army in what are the name? The woods nearby. I forget the name of them. And then while we're at it, why don't we just say that Palama's building an army somewhere to depose Aaron? Because Aaron has outlived her usefulness.
Oh, wild. The Laughing Woods are far. Oh, wow. But
Yeah, well, the entire goal there is try and get her people as far away as possible.
Medieval Forest. Ah, yes. The one that's nearby. And also, I look at the map. It's right here on the table in front of us.
Yeah.
So the
Palama is bluntly
Medieval
refusing to
Forest. Right next to Goldwild.
So, sounds to me like we need some more time to think and collaborate.
Yeah.
What say you that we take some time, think of some more ideas, and reconvene? Maybe in the morrow.
I agree with that.
It's starting to become evening. You're welcome to
Yes.
stay here, or you can see your way back to the inn. Jada has rented the inn
That might.
for your group. What did you see? It was about 4 days. There you go. You have the room for 4 days, if you so desire.
It's a bit of a trek and a lot of climbing.
Well,
He reports that you kind of just appeared in the room. I think you can manage.
Oh, yeah, sure. Except I can only use teleport once a day.
Okay.
So we'd have to walk back. Unless
that's fine.
our friend Dion here is willing to transport us himself. Here, he can also teleport, which is nice information to have.
Well, let's check it out and do some thinking, and let's reconvene tomorrow. And we will say maybe end there for the evening and check back in. I'd say next week, but I think next week we're gonna take off for Thanksgiving. So we'll have a 2-week break, and then possibly back with the Mundus, where we can talk more about this, and we'll utilize like the Discord to talk more about what the plan is. How does that sound to you guys?
Sounds good to me.
That sounds good.
Agreed.
Okay. Well then, thank you guys and everyone for joining us tonight. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little bit of a planning episode, but they need to have plans because I have plans. If they're not careful, I've been warning
People
them.
get killed.
I've been warning y'all to be careful for months.
A long time.
Mm-hmm. Basically,
It's a very delicate situation.
Once you guys hit level 12, I was very much like, all right, I'm not pulling punches anymore. Like,
yeah,
if you guys die, you die. If it's a TPK, it's a TPK, and we'll write a new story. So,
or continue this one post demonic takeover.
Sure. So, with that, you guys have a lovely evening, and we'll see you guys all in a couple weeks. Good night.
Yep.
Night, all.
Night. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy
Happy Thanksgiving.
Sure.